The arrival of Shabana Mahmood at Downing Street on September 5, 2025, marked more than just another shuffle in Britain's ever-changing cabinet. It was a moment laden with political symbolism, controversy and anticipation. As cameras clicked and aides rushed about, the new Interior Minister stepped out, poised to take charge of one of the most powerful positions in government, while her party braced itself for yet another political storm. Mahmood's appointment followed the resignation of Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner. The scandal had unfolded rapidly, with Rayner admitting to underpaying a property tax, an issue that had dogged her for weeks, steadily eroding public trust. Her decision to step down created a political vacuum, one that Prime Minister Keir Starmer could not afford to leave unfilled. The reshuffle he announced was not just about filling posts. It was, as insiders described, an urgent reset for an embattled government. The Labour government, already strained by economic pressures and declining public approval, has faced mounting criticism for its handling of domestic challenges. Rising energy costs, pressures on public services, and growing unrest over immigration policy have pushed Starmer's administration into defensive mode. Political analysts say that the resignation of Rayner dealt a severe blow to the government's image of stability and unity. Starmer's choice of Mahmood was both pragmatic and symbolic. A senior figure within Labour, Mahmood has long been viewed as a competent and loyal operator. She brings legal experience, parliamentary skill and a reputation for being direct in her dealings. But her promotion to Home Secretary or Interior Minister also speaks to Starmer's need to refresh his government with new energy and visible change. When Mahmood arrived at Downing Street, she was met with a media swarm. Flashbulbs lit up her entry as political reporters peppered her with questions. Though she offered no extended comments, her presence alone carried a message. Labour is not retreating, but recalibrating. The images broadcast by AFP TV captured this carefully choreographed moment. Mahmood, calm and composed, walked into number 10, where the Prime Minister was finalising his reshuffle strategy. Her entry, analysts noted, symbolised the government's attempt to turn a page from scandal to renewal. Angela Rayner's resignation remains a pivotal part of this story. For weeks, she had faced scrutiny over failing to pay the correct amount of property tax on one of her residences. Critics accused her of hypocrisy, noting her past sharp criticisms of Conservative ministers caught up in financial controversies. In the end, the mounting pressure became too great. Rayner's departure was announced with a statement in which she accepted responsibility but expressed disappointment at the way events had unfolded. Observers were quick to connect her exit to deeper questions about transparency and accountability in politics. As one opposition lawmaker said, the public will not tolerate double standards. Ministers cannot demand honesty from citizens while failing to uphold it themselves. The timing of the scandal proved damaging for Labour, already battling accusations of weakness in key areas such as policing and border control. Rayner's departure intensified calls for change, making Starmer's reshuffle all the more urgent. Now, Shabana Mahmood faces the formidable responsibility of leading the Home Office. The portfolio includes immigration, counter-terrorism, policing and national security, areas where public expectations run high and criticism can be swift. Her first challenge will likely be addressing ongoing debates over immigration policy. Britain has witnessed rising tensions over asylum applications, small boat crossings, and the government's attempts to balance humanitarian obligations with public concerns about border control. Mahmood inherits these issues at a time when the government's credibility is fragile. Commentators say her success will depend not just on policy detail, but on projecting firmness and clarity. As one political analyst noted, the Home Office is where reputations are made or broken. Shabana Mahmood's performance will determine whether Starmer's gamble pays off. For Keir Starmer, the cabinet reshuffle was about more than filling vacancies. It was about sending a message, both to his party and to the public, that Labour remains capable of governing decisively despite recent setbacks. The Prime Minister's critics argue that his leadership has been too reactive, shaped more by crises than by a clear vision. The introduction of Mahmood, along with other adjustments to the cabinet, was designed to shift that perception. By appointing a figure with legal expertise and strong political instincts, Starmer signalled his determination to regain control of the narrative. Yet whether this reset will work remains uncertain. Public patience has worn thin, and opposition voices are keen to remind voters of Labour's recent missteps. In Parliament, Conservative leaders wasted no time in attacking Starmer, accusing him of presiding over a government in chaos. The images of Mahmood entering Downing Street may mark the start of a new phase, but the challenges ahead are formidable, with economic pressures mounting, political rivals circling, and trust in government institutions under strain. Labour's room for manoeuvre is limited. Still, Mahmood's appointment represents an opportunity. Her record of disciplined work, combined with her reputation as a no-nonsense politician, could help stabilise Starmer's government at a critical moment. Whether she can deliver on the heavy demands of the Home Office remains to be seen. For now, the story remains one of political turbulence and cautious hope. The resignation of a Deputy Prime Minister, the rise of a new Interior Minister, and the Prime Minister's attempt to reset his course. Together, they paint a picture of a government struggling, but not yet defeated. As Mahmood settled into her new role, one thing became clear. The political stakes in Britain are higher than ever, and the margin for error is shrinking fast.